Nobody ever taught you how to give space to your wife. And that's why you end up frozen in your own home. 1 week ago, your wife told you she needed space. You gave it to her, but now you feel like you're failing even harder. Here's what's happening. You walk through your front door after a long day of work. Your heart starts pounding as soon as you reach for the handle. Your body knows something your mind won't admit yet. You step inside, put your stuff down, but the weight doesn't lift. Your chest tightens. You hear the TV, the vacuum humming in the other room. She's there, cleaning like she always does. Part of you wants to walk over, give her a hug, ask how her day was, like you've done for years, but you can't. You're stuck, frozen, unsure how to act in your own home. Why? Because 1 week ago, she told you she needed space, and you gave it to her. But you never asked what space actually meant to her. Now, you just avoid her. Try to stay out of her way. Think that's what she really wants. But deep down, you know something's off. You're doing this wrong. And you have no idea how to fix it. Here's the truth most guys miss. When she asks for space, she's not asking you to disappear. She's testing if you can lead without needing her approval. Most men fail this test badly. They either become needy and clingy or they ghost her completely. Both are reactive. Both push her further away. Today, I'm going to show you the real way to give space. Not by avoiding her, but by becoming the kind of man she doesn't need to escape from. I'll break down the 4 core principles you need to understand, how to stop being reactive even when you think you're calm, and how to rebuild yourself so she starts coming back to you. Also, the hidden language women speak that most men never learn, and how to handle the inevitable tests she'll throw at you to see if you're really changing. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to lead when she pulls away, without chasing, begging, and without losing yourself in the process. So let's start with the biggest mistake men make. Being unreactive is still reactive. Here's what most men don't understand. You think the problem is being too needy, so you swing the other direction. You avoid her completely, stay out of her way, give her all the space in the world. But here's the truth. You're still being reactive. You're still letting her emotions control your behavior. One side of the pendulum, you're clingy, needy, desperate for her approval. On the other side, you're running away, avoiding her like she's dangerous. Both sides are the same problem. You're reacting to her instead of leading yourself. She feels it. She knows when you're tiptoeing around her, when you're overthinking every move, when you're asking yourself, can I talk to her right now? Can I sit on the couch with her? Is this too much space? That's not leadership. That's you being your own kryptonite. Your fear of doing the wrong thing is making you do the wrong thing. Real leadership means coming to the center, acting like the man you were when you first got married. Confident, grounded, not second guessing every move. If you want to go watch TV with her because you genuinely want to spend time together, go do it. She's an adult. She can tell you if she needs alone time. But by fabricating this avoidance pattern, you're still in reaction mode. And trust me, she knows it. That brings me to the second principle. Stop living for her validation and rebuild your edge. When was the last time you sat down and asked yourself where you're actually going? No vague someday dreams, but real direction, written out, detailed. I have my clients do what's called a King Warrior Magician Council every single week so that they can plan their future. Action is always faster than reaction. You have to ask yourself, what do you want in your health? Your work, your purpose, your growth? Most men skip this. They coast. They hit a goal. Then, flatline. And that's the moment she starts losing respect. Not because you're not successful, but because you stop living on your edge as a man. The most successful people are always moving the goalpost. For instance, Mike Tyson, he always had a goal, and anytime he was about 75% of the way there, he would always move it to a bigger goal. Most men don't do that. You stop growing. You became predictable, comfortable, safe. And women don't stay attracted to safe. They're drawn to men with momentum, men who are going somewhere, men with vision and hunger. Not for her approval, but for something higher than her validation. I had a client who was a former Marine officer, turned into a VP at a tech company. This guy led teams of hundreds, made critical decisions under pressure, especially in the military. Everyone respected him at work, but at home he became passive. Stopped working out like he used to. Stopped reading. Stopped pursuing anything that challenged him. He'd come home and just zone out. His wife didn't leave because he wasn't successful enough. She pulled away because the fire went out. The drive that made him a Marine, that made him climb corporate ladder, that made her fall for him in the first place, gone. And she felt it before he even noticed. That's what I mean by living on your edge. It's not about what you achieve. It's about who you're becoming right now. Here's what I want you to do. Sit down today. Write out where you're headed 5 years from now. Not just the wins you'll stack, but who you're becoming. What parts of yourself you're not accepting. What bleeding points you keep ignoring. Where you've gotten too comfortable. Then ask yourself this. Are your daily actions aligned with that man? Or are you just surviving, going through the motions, waiting for her to give you permission to grow? Because if you're waiting for her approval before you become more, you'll never become more. And she'll never respect you. This isn't about ignoring her. It's about building a mission so strong that her mood does not dictate your day. When you set your purpose higher than her validation, you become magnetic. Not because you're trying to attract her, but because you stop needing her to feel whole. That's when curiosity builds in her. That's when she starts wondering what changed. And that's when she starts coming back. But if you don't know how to talk to her when she does, none of this will matter. Which brings me to the third principle. Stop taking value and start giving it. Most men only know one language, logic. Fix the problem, solve it, move on. That works at work, but it destroys connection at home because women don't connect through logic. They connect through feeling, through presence, through emotional safety. And if you don't learn this language, you'll keep having the same dead conversations. Let me give you 4 shifts that change everything. First shift, free association. This is your ability to express yourself without needing her to carry the conversation. You're not interviewing her with questions. You're not trying to extract information. You're giving value. You're sharing what's on your mind, your day, your thoughts, your observations. Think about it like this. You're sitting on a couch and she walks in from the other room. The old you would ask, where are you? What are you doing? Trying to fill the silence with questions. Instead, you just start talking. You say something like, I was thinking about that conversation I had with my dad last week. He told me this story about when he first started his business. Had no idea what he was doing. Just figured it out and went along. And that made me realize how much I overthink things. Sometimes you're not asking for her response. You're not waiting for her approval. You're just sharing what's on your mind. You're just expressing yourself. That's giving value instead of taking it. It's a principle what we call wanting for, not from. Second shift, stop asking questions. Start making statements. Questions try to pull value from her. Get that from, for. They need and they feel needy, like you're trying to suck energy out of the room. Statements give value. They show confidence, create momentum. Instead of how was your day, try, I had something wild happen today at work. Instead of are you okay, try, you seem a little off today. You're not pulling, you're leading. The third shift, avoid all relationship talk unless she opens the door. I know that there's this massive weight hanging over everything. You want to know where you stand, what's happening between you two, if she still loves you. But talking about the relationship right now is like grabbing a dying plant and shaking it to make it grow faster. You're making it worse. The relationship is healing, and healing happens in silence, not through constant check-ins. Trust me on this. There will be a time to talk, but it's not now. The fourth shift, strike when the iron's hot. Start noticing signs. She touches you. She laughs at something you said. She plans something for the weekend. She's being receptive. That's your window. That's when you move things forward. Ask her on a date. Show interest. Lead. But most guys miss this moment because they're too scared. They've been rejected before, so they hesitate. and the window closes. And who cares? Who cares? That's all data. That should just show you how emotionally safe she is, how emotionally available she is. And guess what? If you're going to go somewhere, just go do it. Don't let fear keep you stuck. When she's open, lean in. Now, here's where most guys make a critical mistake. They think once they start doing this right, she'll just come back. But she won't make it easy. She's going to test you. And if you don't know how to pass those tests, you'll blow everything. Let me explain it like this. She's not trying to punish you. She's trying to see if you're real, if you're actually the man that you're saying you're becoming, or if you're just faking it until she likes you again. Every woman tests her man. It's built into her biology. She has to know if you can protect and provide, if you can stay calm under pressure, if you can lead when things get hard. So she'll push your buttons, challenge your boundaries, mention other men, pull away when you're making progress, get emotional to see if you stay grounded. These aren't games, they're survival mechanisms. And you have to pass them because she's truly seeing, is this really you? Or are you just trying to fool me, dupe me, manipulate me to go back to what led us here in the first place? Let me give you a few examples of tests that you'll face. There's emotional reactivity. She expresses anger or sadness and sees if you stay calm or get defensive. Setting boundaries. She pushes your limits to see if you can hold a line without being harsh. Jealousy triggers. She mentions other men or past relationships to test your security. Challenging your leadership. She questions your decisions to see if you crumble or stay confident. Withholding affection. This is a big one. She becomes distant to see if you'll chase or stay steady. Highlighting your insecurities. She brings up your flaws to see if you own them or get defensive. And here's the real example of how this plays out. You've been steady all week, handled everything well, didn't react when she was cold, stayed consistent with your routines. Then, out of nowhere, she picks a fight over something small. The dishes weren't done the way that she likes. You forgot to text her back for an hour. Something tiny. Most men react one of two ways. They get defensive and argue back. Or they apologize profusely, trying to fix it immediately. Both reactions fail the test. A man with a strong emotional container stays calm. He doesn't take the bait. He doesn't over-explain. He acknowledges it and moves on. He understands this isn't about dishes. It's about seeing if his calm is real or if it was just an act. That's the difference between men who rebuild trust and men who lose her for good. There are over 20 ways she'll test you. But look, besides that, here's what you need to know right now. If you fail these tests, she'll keep pulling away. If you pass them, she'll start trusting you again. And trust is everything. Without it, you have nothing. So let me make this clear. This isn't about tricks or tactics. It's about becoming the kind of man she doesn't need to test. The kind of man who stays calm when she's emotional, who sets boundaries without being cruel, who leads without needing her approval. That's what rebuilds marriages. Not perfect words, not grand gestures, but your word backed by your action. Day after day, week after week, until she feels safe again. If you're serious about rebuilding that kind of leadership in your home, I want to help you. My team and I have developed the Heroic Husband Method for men exactly like you, high performers who've mastered everything except their marriage. Most men's wives are emotionally shut down or ready to walk. Men who don't want therapy, they want precision, strategy, a plan. Click the link below, book a free call with me and my team. We'll walk you through the emotional layering protocol, how it rebuilds trust through behavior, not words, how it reignites connection she can actually feel, and how it teaches you to lead your family back to safety and desire. This isn't a lecture. It's a strategy session for men ready to act. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because the longer you wait, the harder this gets. Your family deserves a man who fights for them, not a man who hopes that things fix themselves. Take action, book your call. Let's get back on track. I'll see you in the next video.